everyone, 2Speed here, and this is my review of the Dutchware Gear 0.71 Cloud Fabric Halfzip. You may have watched the review on the Halfzip Hammock. That was the 1.0 Hexon, but today we're going to talk about the 7.1 Cloud material hammock. It is the new lightweight material that they're using to make hammocks with, and I'll just give you my thoughts with this hammock. First, I'll give you a little info about this hammock. It's made from Dutchware Gear. This is the 11-foot version. It's made out of their 0.71 Cloud material. This color is Moroccan blue, and as you can tell behind me, the color is fairly see-through. And looking at this hammock, I weighed it, and in the double-ended stuff sack that comes from Dutchware, it weighs about 11 ounces, and that helped me save about 2 ounces over the 1.0 Hexon, so you did get a little bit of weight savings. The price on this is $115. I think it's the same price for all the materials, but so you're not going to have to pay any extra to get this material. But I'll talk about my experiences with this on the CDT. I hiked with it for about 1,000 miles, and then I switched it out for the 1.2 Hexon for some issues we're going to talk about later. But first, what I want to talk about is I want to get up and give you a tour of the Halfzip hammock in case you didn't watch the other video, which I'll link in the description. Alright, so we'll talk about the features of the 7.1 Cloud Fabric Halfzip hammock from Dutchware. So we'll start on the end. This is a continuous loop. This is the Dyneema strap suspension with toggles. I did another video on, I'll link that in the description. You got a continuous loop. For this hammock, they used different colors for the head and foot, and that really helps when you're setting it up to know which side that the zipper is going to be on, because normally there's a side that you want the zipper to be on based on where you set your type up and where you're aligned with your hammock spot. So you come down, you got the normal channel right here. It has a continuous ridge line. It's made out of zinget. It's a fixed length and come down to the ends. The thing about the Halfzip hammock is that you can roll the net back to get it out of the way if you don't want to use the net. You have these little toggles right where my thumb is. You have 1, 2, 3, and it holds it back. And you come down to both sides of it have these little quilt hooks, and that's for your underquilt. These things are really good at catching that underquilt suspension and lining it up right. On the inside, you have these little hooks. You can have accessories. There's several accessories on Dutchware website that you can use. As you can tell, this is the material. It's 0.71 Cloud. That's 0.71 ounces per square yard. And as you can see my hand, it's really see-through. And it's pretty light. As we said earlier, you save 2 ounces going from the 1.0 Hexon. Come down to the end. You see there's more quilt hooks. Really good at getting that quilt suspension. And then there's other D-rings for accessories you can use. And the other end come into another continuous loop. Okay, now we're going to talk about my experience with this hammock, the 0.71 material hammock. I got it for the Continental Divide Trail, and I started at the border of New Mexico, and I went all the way through Mexico with this hammock, and I went all the way in Colorado to Salida, and it was roughly 1,000 miles that I used this hammock. Hammock was really light. I didn't notice a large amount of stretch, but I mean at the time I only weighed 160 pounds. It's another thing that you want to look at when you look at this hammock. The spec weight for it is 200 pounds, so you have to take that in consideration when you're buying it if you want to get the weight savings from going from 1.0 to 0.71 Cloud material. When I used this hammock, it was pretty comfortable. It's also really interesting that when you're inside it, you can see outside, so you get a nice view. I'll show you right here. And that's kind of nice if you're not using your tarp and you want to just see outside at night, see around you and things like that. The pros of this hammock, of course, are it's lightweight. You save 2 ounces over the 1.0 Hexon, which is the step below in hammock weight material, and it's reasonably priced. This one, what I paid for it was $115. I looked on Dutchware's website. They don't have it in stock right now, but they still have the material in stock, so I'm assuming they're going to make some more and offer them for 115 bucks. 115 bucks for a netted hammock is a pretty good deal these days. And the other pro, it's easy to set up. You got the continuous loops. You can use continuous loops with several suspensions, strap suspensions. You can use it with the beetle buckles. You can daisy chain. There's all kinds of suspensions you can use with those continuous loops, and you can either buy those from Dutchware or wherever other suspensions you may want. And there's really only one con of this hammock that I could see, and that is the durability of the hammock. The reason that I switched this hammock out in Salida was because I was seeing some issues in the actual hammock material, and it was kind of concerning me, and I didn't really feel comfortable going back out into a 5 or 6 day stretch and just being concerned whether the hammock was going to have an issue or not. I'll show you the issues on my hammock. I have a piece of paper here, and that's so you could see the actual where the weave of the fabric is. It concerned me, and I talked with them and I got the 1.2 Hexon hammock sent out and it worked great. But these are the issues that I saw, so I just want to show you guys. Slide my shoes off real quick so we can get in the hammock. Alright, so right now we're laying in the hammock, and head left, feet right, and I'm going to show you, hope this comes down in the video, but I'll circle these. But as you can see, there's some issues that really couldn't explain. There's another issue right there, and it wasn't just this one spot. I'm going to go down the hammock and I'll show you some more spots, like right there. I don't know if you'll be able to tell this in the video. There's some more right here where it looks like something going on with the hammock material. And to me, that was a little concerning. I was in Colorado and we were in places that you really couldn't get a hammock shipped out really quickly, especially with the shipping delays that are going on due to things that are happening in the world right now. So I went ahead and got a 1.2 Hexon hammock shipped out to replace this one, but there's nothing really wrong with this hammock. I'm laying in it right now. I'll probably take it on some more trips, car camping, backpacking maybe a couple days. Just those issues with the fabric that I'm pointing out right now just made me kind of weary to ever want to take it on a super long trip again. But I'm still going to use it, and the update for the hammock is, you do save a little bit of weight, but given these issues right here, I think you sacrifice a little bit of durability, which is normally what happens. But for now, I'm just going to stick with the 1.0 Hexon hammock that I have. I used it for the whole PCT. It worked great. I had no issues whatsoever with the 1.0 hammock. I used the 1.2 hammock all the way from Ensalada in Colorado all the way to the border of Canada on the CDT. That hammock is still looking great. I'm still going to use that hammock for any future trips I may need it on. But that was my review for the Dutchware 7-1 Cloud Fabric Hammock. And if you guys could do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of these gear reviews, and if there's any piece of lightweight gear that you'd like to see me do a review on, if I have it, I'll definitely do a review and get it out there for you guys. Thanks for watching.